Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Better Business Bureau here in Wisconsin. It is our friend Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. And how are you doing this spring season?
I'm great. I'm waiting for the rest of the snow to melt and for the temperatures to get a little warmer.
Yeah. Well, think about last year's spring. Oh, wait, there wasn't one. So, right now at least things are a little bit warmer than last year's spring. So we've got that going for us, but we're just getting a lot of snow. That's the flip side of that. But I use spring in the intro here because we are talking about digital spring cleaning and backing up your device. And you reminded me that, Jeremy, we've talked about this one before. And I said, yeah, but how many people actually take it serious and step up your game to protect your data? It's like the biggest thing and easiest thing you could do. These tips that you're going to give us today to keep us safe. As we speak every month about different scams and topics surrounding fraud and everything else, the things that you can do at home during the springtime, Tiffany, are simple and affordable and are just a great prevention tool. So tell us what we got on the docket.
First thing we want you to do is lock down your login. So when we say that, we want you to make sure that your passwords are long and strong, and they should be comprised with a variety of letters, numbers, and special characters. And please don't use the same password across multiple platforms, because if a hacker can get into one, all they have to do is use the same password to get into the other one. Or you think about your email, your work login, your Facebook, your Instagram. You have passwords for everything. The worst thing you can do is use the same password across all of those platforms and then some. So make sure that they're long and strong.
Yeah, and I think you do need to consider changing those up and adding phrases. Has been a recommendation by you. We've talked about it, but adding phrases is kind of a better way now. Is that correct for beefing up those logins?
The longer they are, the stronger they are, including those special characters and upper and lowercase numbers. So if I would make a password, okay, my computer is sitting in my office, Tiffany's computer in the office, followed by a string of special characters, upper and lowercase letters, makes it very difficult for a scammer to get in versus an 8-letter password.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you're like, all right, Tiffany, you're telling me I need to change my password and have it different all over these different platforms that I use, how in the heck am I going to do that? Well, you've got password managers out there that can help.
There's some great password managers out there. You can either buy a little book at the grocery store, Walgreens, Walmart, wherever you shop. They have some cute little notebooks for you that you can keep in a safe place after you record your passwords. There's also digital password managers too. But before you decide to use a digital password manager, make sure it's a legitimate source. You're going to want to do some of your homework, because there are scammers out there who offer digital password managers that are not legitimate, that are designed to get all of your passwords. So before you download an app or use some type of platform, just make sure that it's legitimate. We don't want you to put your passwords on sticky notes and put them all over your computer. Please don't do that.
But it's in the home, I mean, or in your business. I mean, what's the big deal, Tiffany?
Well, how many times have you taken a photo of something on your screen and then posted it on social media? That could easily get out virally. Or maybe somebody is in your home, they take one of your sticky notes. You never can be too careful.
I do like that. Taking those selfies, that gets you in trouble every time. One of my favorite things in technology is the two-step verification. I think that's the greatest thing to happen, and I cannot recommend it enough for everything you do. It is a great way to protect yourself.
This is something that you can turn on your email platforms. If you sign into social media sites, you can enable the two-step verification. And what you do is you go ahead and you sign in, and then it will text you a code to your phone or to your email. And then you need that code in order to move forward and complete the sign-in process. So that's a great thing to use to protect you too.
Awesome. All right, let's turn to in the home and talking about your Wi-Fi router. If you didn't know, your router probably has a password, and yeah, you too need to update the password and software in these things, just like you do everything else.
We always think about our personal devices, our phones, our laptops, our computers, but there's so many other things in your home, including that Wi-Fi router. And you want to make sure that it has a long and strong password and it has the most up-to-date systems on it. Because if it's lagging, it could compromise the security of everything else that you do on your other devices in your home.
Absolutely. And a side question for you, being out and thinking about spring cleaning and stuff. Another thing is if you're going out to do business or do, you're out at a coffee shop, maybe you're going on vacation and you're considering using public Wi-Fi, just a public note here that there are some things you need to think about before you do sign on to other people's Wi-Fi and consider what type of business you are doing on your phones or devices, right?
Public Wi-Fi is a great tool to have to browse social media, maybe check emails. But if you are using public Wi-Fi, you really want to be careful and not use it for business purposes. You don't want to use it for banking purposes. If you're heading on vacation this spring or maybe summer, please don't use it to do any type of business work where you're signing into proprietary systems, payroll systems, because that can easily compromise the data that you're working with. Scammers go ahead and they spoof these public Wi-Fis and they're able to collect all of your data. Not saying that it's going to happen, but it could happen. We don't want you to be a victim. So be smart when you're using that public Wi-Fi out in the community or maybe some place that you're traveling to. Even a hotel is questionable.
Absolutely. It's a good reminder there in the tools that you're getting here today for cleaning up your life, I guess, in the digital age. Next one, update software. So important. We talked about it with the router, but any device that you're using these days, the updates are definitely worth it.
Take those updates when they're available. They are designed for security updates. So often we see an update come across our phone or our laptop, and we don't have time to take that update. You want to take that update as soon as you can so you get the best protection.
And then what about cleaning up your mobile life? That can be a struggle for a lot of people.
Jeremy, how many apps do you have on your phone that you no longer use?
I'm not answering that question, Tiffany. How dare you put me on the spot like that? Too
We
many.
we all have these apps on our phones, on our personal devices, our tablets that we no longer use. Maybe we downloaded them for a specific reason. If you're not using them, go ahead and delete them. So you don't get your information compromised if the app somehow becomes hacked. And it's also going to leave space on your device for more things that you're going to currently use.
It's called test, trial, and dump. That's my motto. But either way, yes, definitely need to keep that clean. Secure your phone as well. Always important to continue to check what the latest changes are in that and update it, correct?
Right. Those updates aren't just for your tablets or your laptops. They are for your phone too. And I feel like I get more updates on my iPhone than I do any other device that I have. So, and sometimes I just don't have time to take it, but I know that I need to take it. So it's important to download those current operating systems.
And finally, back up your data. No matter what platform, no matter what device, you name it, you got to have a backup plan.
Everything needs to be backed up. Your personal information, your photos, your phones. It's important that your phone is backing up to the cloud every night. You don't want to lose the stuff that you've done, especially all those photos that you've taken, maybe emails that you have exchanged. It's if something gets hacked or if you lose your device, you're going to easily be able to go ahead and start where you left off versus if you haven't and you have to somehow recreate everything that you've lost. So go ahead and make those backups.
Well, I'm exhausted from all this great information in spring cleaning, but if I wanted to remember where I put all of this great information instead of just storing in the back closet where I put all my spring cleaning stuff, where could I find more information and reminders all year long?
We have a wealth of information available on bbb.org.
Thank you for helping with my spring cleaning, Tiffany. Appreciate it, and we'll check back in with you real soon.
Thanks for having me today.